Okay everyone, something a little bit different for you today on the channel. You have no doubt heard that in a couple of years' time, the UEFA Champions League will be changing drastically. The group stage that we've all grown to love will be going forever, and it will be replaced by a single league Swiss system. But fear not, there's no Albina Yeti here. Okay, so we're going to tackle this today. I will do my best to look at the camera rather than my laptop. There's just a lot of information to get across. If I manage to do relatively well, please reward me and the channel by liking the video, if you do indeed like the video, and also subscribing, because that really does help the channel to grow. Right, okay, UEFA competitions go through what UEFA calls cycles. They usually last 3 years, and they allow UEFA to modify, evolve, or even add tournaments. Now, as I say, usually 3 years. The current cycle is from 2021 to 2024. When that started at the start of this season, there were changes to UEFA competition. The biggest change, of course, was the addition of a third UEFA club competition, the UEFA Europa Conference League. That one that I went all out on a couple of months ago with the hoodie and the mug before we get absolutely pumped by Bodo Glimt a few days later. The next cycle, which starts in 2024 at the end of this current cycle, obviously, will see the biggest change made to the Champions League since the competition was properly born in 1992. And it's probably useful right now to explain what that change will be. The current Champions League group stage, you will know, is a format of 8 groups of 4, 32 teams. This group stage will go forever, and it will be replaced by a single league of 36 teams. But of course, every team won't play every other team, because that would be far too many matches to fit into the calendar. Instead, each team will play 10 matches, 5 at home, 5 away, against 10 different teams of varying quality, with these results all fired into a single league table. The top 8 teams in this league of 36 will advance to the last 16. The teams ranked 9th to 24th will play off to join them, while the bottom 12 teams will be eliminated from the Champions League with no entry into the Europa League. From the round of 16 onwards, the competition will follow its current format: 2 legs, 2 legs, 2 legs, until the single leg final at a neutral venue. Qualifying will also be kept pretty much the same as it is now. A couple of wee changes though. But now for the really contentious bit. As I've already mentioned, the current format, 32 teams, the new format, 36 teams. That's 4 new teams. So how are UEFA going to allocate these additional places? This is the bit that has got people talking, which is basically what contentious means. Number 1 will go to the 3rd best team in the 5th best nation. That is currently France. Scotland is never going to get to the heights of being the 5th best country in Europe with regards to the coefficient. So this part 1 is pretty irrelevant to us. That's relevant for the likes of France, Portugal, I was about to say Russia, probably a bad example at the moment, but you get the picture. Place 2 will go to a domestic champion, with the champions route being expanded to allow for 5 qualification places rather than the current 4. At the moment, again, it's not massively relevant to Celtic in Scotland. As you'll know, the league winner in Scotland is pretty much guaranteed group stage football in the Champions League the following season for the next few years, and even more so if Scotland can keep producing the results they have in recent years. This means it's not really relevant to us right now. It's probably for teams slightly further down the food chain. But if Scotland did go back to really underperforming in Europe, it could prove to be pretty useful to Celtic. And the final 2 parts, part 3 and 4, this is the really contentious bit. These are the places that will be given to clubs with the highest historical club coefficients that haven't already qualified for the Champions League. Think of it as like Man United this season, for example. It doesn't look like they're going to finish top 4 in the English Premier League, but you would think, given their record in Europe over the last, 10 years UEFA uses for this, then they would probably get a place, assuming that they finished in either the Europa League or the Conference League places. This is the real issue that has got people very animated, especially after what happened with the Super League last season, where teams were guaranteed a place in the tournament regardless of how they got on in their domestic league. You know, there was no relegation, etc. This isn't quite as severe, but it's certainly going down a pretty similar road, and that's why people have been so against it. I'm not a fan of it at all. I think UEFA should know much better. This is them obviously pandering to the major clubs in the major leagues after what happened with the breakaway Super League last year and how close that really came to playing out. UEFA are clearly worried, and this is how they're helping the big teams out with that to appease them. But the point I do want to make is that UEFA are adding 4 places to the Champions League. They're not taking away any places. Celtic won't be affected negatively by this at all. We can only be in a stronger position than we are currently because the Champions League, well, it's not a group stage anymore, but the Champions League main competition will be 4 teams larger than it is currently. Now, if Scotland's sides can continue their current European form, it seems very likely that the 2023-24 Premiership winners will be straight into this new look Champions League, and the rewards could be massive. As I've already said, you're talking 10 matches guaranteed in this part of the competition. At the moment, if Celtic get into the Champions League next season, we'll only be guaranteed 6. So there's quite a big disparity there. You're talking about 2 extra sellouts at Celtic Park as well in the new format. I'm not sure exactly how UEFA are planning on fitting in these extra 4 matches, as there doesn't seem to be much room in the calendar at all. Celtic have been playing Thursday, Sunday, Wednesday, Saturday, Thursday, Sunday, basically all season up until about 6 weeks ago. But I guess UEFA will have some sort of idea and a plan. They're due to rubber stamp this all next month. So this is happening. It just needs to be confirmed, basically. But this is all being actually reported officially by UEFA already. So these aren't just rumours and speculation. This is very much what is going to happen. Interestingly, the Europa League and the aforementioned Conference League will also adopt this new Swiss League system, so group stages will become very much a thing of the past. There's just an immense opportunity for Celtic here. Scotland is currently ranked 9th in UEFA's national coefficients. We're probably likely to go even higher next year to 8th. If we can stay in the top 10, then the winner of the Premiership will be guaranteed Champions League football proper the following season. If we can get over the line this year and win this league title, we'll bank around about £40 million. Now, it's all been kind of portrayed as this all or nothing thing with regards to if we win the league, we win 40 million, we also deny Rangers 40 million. That's not entirely the case because Rangers have a couple of avenues. They could qualify for the Champions League group stage next season, even if they don't win the league. They could do it through qualifiers next season. They could also do it if they win the Europa League this season. So that complicates matters a little bit. But if Celtic win the league, we'll almost certainly bank £40 million and go into the Champions League group stage. And that obviously puts you in a stronger position the following year without any guarantees, though, of winning the league again and banking another £40 million and winning the league again and banking another £40 million. You get the picture. It's what they call a virtuous cycle. And that's just even more important when you look at what this new Champions League system could be worth. And I mean, it's coming in 2024, basically two seasons' time. The end of this season, 2 more, and then you're into this new format. So this isn't something that's decades away. This is something that's very real right now. And yes, Celtic's club ranking overall has taken a bit of a hit in recent years, the last couple of seasons specifically. We're 51st in UEFA's club coefficient. That means that avoiding nasty qualification draws is pretty important. And we have an opportunity to just win the league and bypass all that for the next couple of years. So it's really important that Celtic take that. It goes without saying as well that this new Champions League format will be worth far more money, even in the current 40 million or so You'll have 2 additional home matches. You can sell Celtic Park out, hospitality, etc. It also becomes more enticing for new signings as well. The opportunity to offer new signings 10 games at the highest level of European football as opposed to the current 6 that it would be next season is a pretty big jump, I think. And I think that's pretty good news for Celtic. Continental football is only going to get bigger and bigger. I feel that domestic football should always be protected because that's the stuff that really, gets the juices flowing and where you have your major rivalries. And I would never want to see Celtic leave Scotland. But Europe is where the real money is for Celtic. And I don't think it's a bad thing at all that we're seeing this new Champions League format come about. If you've got any questions for me with regards to anything I've spoken about in this video, let us know in the comments below. I'll do my best to answer them the best I can. There's still some things that UEFA need to sort out, like the fixture scheduling, qualification. What are they going to do with that? Because there will be some changes there. Will they still look to keep teams from the same country apart in this new Swiss system? All of those kind of things. But in general, yeah, I mean, I like the Champions League group stage. I think being in a wee kind of section, a wee group is sometimes quite good. You get to know the teams. But also the idea of Celtic having 2 additional home matches, playing 10 teams rather than 3 is pretty exciting as well. And as I say, I don't think it's bad news for Celtic at all. So let us know what you thought of the video. If you've got any questions, I'll do my best to answer them below. No video for you tomorrow as I'm actually away in Aberdeen at the darts this evening. So I'll be enjoying myself a little bit. Won't be in much of a state to do a video tomorrow. We'll be back on Saturday though, building ahead to Ross County.